This rapper Gloria Woods, better known as GloRilla, is out on bond. This after a felony drug arrest in Georgia. According to a statement from GloRilla's attorneys, her home in Georgia was robbed while she was out of town. GloRilla's family contacted law enforcement immediately. Deputies issued a search warrant for her home after smelling marijuana.
Welcome back to Fame Drop. GloRilla just got slammed with serious felony drug charges, and the wildest part? She wasn't even home when it all went down. What started as a violent late-night break-in somehow twisted into a legal bombshell that's got her fans shocked, angry, and watching every update like it's the next big plot twist in a crime drama. Reports say burglars stormed her Atlanta area spot in the dead of night while she was out of town. But instead of hunting down the masked gunman, police put the cuffs on GloRilla, real name Gloria Woods. During their search into the break-in, investigators claim they stumbled across illegal substances inside her place. And just like that, she went from a victim to a defendant. She's now staring down 2 heavy felony counts under Georgia law, one for a Schedule I controlled substance and another for marijuana over the legal limit. The hip-hop scene couldn't believe it, especially since the circumstances make zero sense. And this isn't even her first legal drama this year. Just a few months ago, she caught a DUI in Gwinnett County. Now people are asking if she's losing control or if someone's trying to set her up big time. Her lawyers are fighting back hard, blasting the charges as a messed up case of backward priorities. And the fact that those burglars are still running free? That's making the internet boil over. Everyone's asking, how is GloRilla the only one locked up after a crime that started with her house getting robbed? It all kicked off early Saturday morning, July 20th. According to the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office, 3 armed suspects slipped into GloRilla's suburban home thinking it was empty, but they guessed wrong. A family member staying there grabbed a gun and fired off shots in self-defense, forcing the intruders to run for it. No one was hurt, but the break-in wasn't small time. High-end jewelry vanished, and her relatives were left shaking and terrified. Police rushed to the scene after a frantic 911 call, but instead of chasing the robbers, the case took a wild detour. Hey, if you're enjoying the video so far, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Officers claim they smelled strong marijuana inside the house and immediately called in the drug task force. Next thing you know, a search warrant is in play. When deputies came back, they say they found a stash of marijuana out in the open inside the master bedroom closet, plus a Schedule I controlled substance, though they're keeping that detail under wraps for now. Then came the shocker. Even though GloRilla wasn't there and hadn't been in the home for days, she still got slapped with 2 felony charges. Now the whole story is looking more like a movie than real life, and everybody's watching to see what happens next. Cops are saying the drugs were hers just because they were found in her bedroom, and now she's staring down some serious heat. Instead of ducking the drama, GloRilla walked right into it, turning herself in at Forsyth County Jail on Tuesday, July 22nd. She was booked, processed, and back out the same day after dropping a $20,260 bond. For a lot of her fans, it felt like she wasn't being punished for what she actually did, but for what was sitting in her own house while she wasn't even there. And her legal team wasn't about to stay quiet. Within hours of the arrest blasting across the internet, her attorneys, Marissa Goldberg and Drew Finland, hit TMZ with a scorching statement. They ripped into the charges, calling the arrest a twisted example of how messed up law enforcement priorities have become. They laid it out plain. GloRilla wasn't even home during the break-in. Instead of chasing down the masked intruders who scared her family half to death, police decided to slap her with charges, making her the face of a crime where she was actually the victim. Her lawyers hammered the point. The only person facing charges here is GloRilla, not the armed burglars who actually kicked in the door. This is a straight-up failure of justice. Ms. Woods is a victim, not a suspect, they said, tearing into the authorities for coming after her over a small stash of weed and some items they won't even fully identify. They claim the cops pushed the violence and trauma her family suffered to the side just to go after her name. Meanwhile, no suspects have been caught. No names released, no solid leads for the public. The people who actually pulled off the break-in, still out there living free. But if you look at the headlines, all eyes are on Glo, not the ones who had guns in her house. And the second news of her arrest hit social media, the internet exploded in minutes, with everybody weighing in and the story spreading like wildfire. The hashtag #FreeGlo took over social media, and the reactions were wild. On Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, her mentions were blowing up. Fans were furious, confused, and heartbroken, flooding her comments with support. The big question everybody was shouting? How can you get charged for something that happened in your house when you weren't even in the state? It became the rally cry for her supporters, but not everyone was buying the victim narrative. A loud group of critics started pulling up her old run-ins with the law, claiming this wasn't her first brush with trouble. They pointed to past incidents as proof there might be more going on than she's letting on. Some accused her of rolling with the wrong crowd or being careless about what she left lying around. Others got even harsher, saying maybe this was karma or the price you pay for living fast and risky. Memes popped up everywhere. Fan accounts were breaking down the timeline like detectives, picking apart the legality of the police search and dropping theories that Glo was being singled out because she's blowing up in the rap game and speaks her mind loud. Her case wasn't just another celebrity headline anymore. It turned into a bigger debate about race, fame, and how the justice system treats high-profile figures. It also stirred up arguments about where privacy ends and personal responsibility begins. But through all the noise, her diehard fans stayed solid, calling her a victim of over-policing and bad priorities. One fan summed it up in a viral post. "She wasn't even there. You telling me you can get robbed and arrested in the same week?" But as the chatter about GloRilla's arrest kept getting louder, people started digging into her history. And that's when some folks started connecting the dots. Just a few months earlier, in April 2024, she was arrested in Gwinnett County, Georgia, after cops pulled her over for making a U-turn at a red light. What should have been a simple traffic stop blew up fast. Police said they smelled marijuana and alcohol coming from her car. GloRilla admitted she'd been drinking, and it all went downhill from there. Body cam footage hit the internet, showing her looking shaky, stumbling through parts of the sobriety test, and even laughing off a question at one point. She seemed nervous, a little out of it, and the clip had people debating whether she realized how much trouble she was in at the time. That DUI might not have landed her in a cell, but it left a stain. And now, with her name splashed across headlines for felony drug charges, people are asking, is this just bad timing or the start of something dangerous? In the court of public opinion, you can take hits just as hard as in a real courtroom. Some fans swear she's getting grilled harder just because she's famous and living flashy. Others say she's bringing the heat on herself with risky moves and messy circles. Either way, her choices, or even just how they look, are starting to cast a shadow over one of the fastest rising careers in hip-hop right now. But Glo isn't slowing down. While the legal storm swirls, she's still making waves for more than just court updates. She just dropped the music video for her new single Typa, and it's got the internet buzzing. NFL wide receiver Xavier Legette shows up as her shirtless, on-screen love interest. The two lock in with flirty scenes, slow-burn bedroom vibes, and a kiss that had fans hitting pause just to rewatch. That steamy chemistry sparked instant rumors about a real-life fling, especially since her Typa lyrics paint a picture of a country guy who knows how to please her. And Legette checks every box. Southern charm? Check. Strong accent? Check. Oh, and that viral moment earlier this year where his quirky food tastes had everybody talking? Yeah, fans aren't ignoring that either. The video also features Keisha Cole, whose classic Love is sampled in the track, giving the rollout even more star power. Between the visuals, the rumors, and the guest features, Glo is proving her brand is still in motion, even with felony charges hanging over her head. But things haven't all been music videos and studio lights. Just days before her arrest, Glo had to cut a concert short in St. Louis after multiple fights broke out in the crowd. She tried several times to calm everyone down, telling them, "You're not at war," but the chaos just wouldn't stop. Eventually, she walked off the stage, ending the show early in the name of safety. Her team later put it plain, safety comes first. Still, the moment added to the growing cloud over her name. Legal battles, rowdy shows, public drama, and non-stop media pressure all hitting at once. Now she's out on bond, back on tour, and in a career-defining moment. Her lawyers are standing firm, saying she wasn't anywhere near that house when the drugs were found. Her fans keep pushing the hashtag #FreeGlo, but legal experts are warning, Georgia's felony drug laws are nothing to play with. Meanwhile, the real culprits, the ones who broke in, fired shots, and stole jewelry, are still free. No names, no arrests, no leads. And that has people wondering if Glo is simply the easiest target because of her fame. Right now, she's walking a tightrope, and the next few months will decide if this story turns into a major comeback or a cautionary tale. She's fighting two battles, one in the legal system and one in the court of public opinion. Was this pure bad luck or something bigger? Is she being made an example of, or is there more we're not seeing? Either way, her future's on the line, and the world's watching. If you're feeling this breakdown, smash that like button to show some love. Subscribe for all the latest updates and drop your thoughts in the comments, because this conversation is far from over.